The fastest path to success is to have someone who's in front of you who's succeeded at what you want to do to then tell you what they did and bring you along with them. So based on that, we're going to give you 4 characteristics or tips for that kind of a person, an expat coach, if you're interested in relocating, moving abroad. So here we go. Tip number 1, the characteristic of that person that you want to coach you, they need to be able to tell you what to do in context. So what do I mean by in context? Well, for example, if you're going to a country and you're told you need to get a yellow fever shot and you just arbitrarily say, I need that certificate, blindly, not realizing that actually it's dependent on whether or not the country you're coming from has a history or is at risk for yellow fever. That's understanding a little bit deeper there, and you want that kind of person to be coaching. You can tell you that. So that's number 1. Number 2, you want someone who can emphasize when and why you're going to do a thing. Let me give you a story. It's an old story. You've probably heard it before, but there's a little girl who's making a pot roast with her mother, and she notices that the mother cuts off just the end of the pot roast. And so she says, Mommy, why did you do that? And Mom goes, I don't know. My mother rather did it. So why don't you go ask Grandma and we'll find out together. So the next time the little girl is at Grandma's house, she asks Grandma, hey Grandma, how come you cut off the end of the roast before you cooked it? Grandma says, child, don't you know that back in those days, I only had a pan that was this big, and so the roast didn't fit into the pan. That's why I had to cut off the end of it. So when you're on that expat journey, you want to be on the move, and you want to be with someone who's on the move with you, who's able to help you to progress forward at the rate that you hope and see success. Let's go ahead and talk about number 3. So number 3 has to deal with you wanting a coach who is able to teach you and guide you based upon principles. What do I mean by principles? Principles are laws that never fail. Let's look at nature. For example, there's the principle of gravity, or the theory of gravity. What goes up must come down. That's just a law. That's how things are going to work, all right? So when it comes to life, there's the principle of entering and leaving. So we understand it probably easiest when it comes to relationships, but it's also true not only of relationships, but jobs and also countries. You're the common denominator, and the way you leave something determines how you'll enter the next phase. So there's that principle right there, and you want an expat coach who is able to actually impart that to you and give you that sort of knowledge. By the way, we can give you that kind of guidance. We have already succeeded going where you're trying to go. If you're trying to move abroad, this is for you, all right? We're gonna hold our epic Move Abroad workshop. It is a 2-day workshop. It's gonna take place October 4th and October 6th. Those are 2 days, okay? It'll be Friday and Sunday. You wanna register now, the slots are limited, and we also have our early bird pricing going on right now. So you're gonna get it at a really significantly discounted price if you register right now. So look down in the description and also visit our website where you're going to hear testimonials from past participants. See you there. All right, number 4. So we were talking about what are the keys to a great expat coach, someone who can lead and guide you where you'd like to go because they've already been there. The last one is not only was number 3 about principles, but there is God or the Most High who put those principles in place. You want an expat coach who is able to actually help you acknowledge that the Most High is the one who's gonna, depending on your openness to his leadership, help you and guide you in your success. What does that look like? How about this? You want to enter into what he's already blessing versus trying to twist his arm behind his back with a lot of extra activity to try to do your will. Stick with he's already blessing. Get inside that and see the blessing for yourself. So that was number 4. So there you have it. The 4 reasons, or 4 characteristics rather, of what will be a successful interaction with an expat coach. You want somebody who's, number 1, able to tell you, okay, this is what you want to do, but they give you context. Number 2, they want to tell you when and why you're going to do something. Number 3, they're going to give you principles. And number 4, they're going to acknowledge the Most High, who is the leader and guider of everything. We look forward to seeing you at our workshop.
Informative.
Reassuring.
Transformative.
Exciting.
Thorough.
Informative.
Great experience.
Enlightening.
I bought this as a gift to myself for my birthday, and I'm happy that I did. It's been very comprehensive, encouraging, as Carla said, a lot of information, a lot to do, and I'm pretty excited about it. So thanks so much.
For me, it was very motivating. It really got me to thinking, and it enlightened me on a lot of different areas that I really hadn't thought about. So for me, I'm ready. I'm excited.
Did a great job. Covered everything. It's a lot to absorb. And I think you covered everything. So it's just a matter of really just getting your system and your plan together. That's all for me. Thanks for everything, y'all. Bradley's did a good job.
Thank you for planning out this workshop. It's been great and extremely informative. So thank you.
There's a lot here. Be encouraged, small bites, so that you're not overwhelmed. Be encouraged.
I feel that it was a very enlightening class. I've learned a lot of information and a lot of things that I hadn't even thought of thinking of. So this definitely was a good tool for me.
All right.
And, I know how I have a little action plan going on here. And I know how I'm going to move forward. And thank God for this class, because prior to coming in, I was kind of all over, didn't really know where to start, or, the things that I really should focus on.
I think the workshop was very helpful. All the information about banking and about shipping.